Okay, this morning MAO caption we can see pretty clearly is has Federal Reserve just opened the floodgate, okay, for investors and the boys to buy, bracket, for unload. All right, so it basically means that, right, Federal Reserve last night after the FOMC, I apologize, I couldn't wake up, I was too tired. Okay, too tired, I couldn't wake up. So what happened is that I saw the news and I saw what Federal Reserve has said. It's exactly what we expected. So nothing have changed. And of course, the market took advantage of it, in fact. So I explained to you why. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mandy and King Hua. All right, anyway, the thing is this, I suspect that, right, this is going to be a very interesting period whereby you will see Federal Reserve will just keep on doing what they're supposed to do, and the boys or the investors may take advantage of this situation. I'll explain to you more shortly, all right? So later on, the second part of MAO, we'll talk about Ethereum. Wow, Ethereum, the net value of Ethereum has leaped past Platiniur. Oh my God, this is fantastic. All right, that's why I told you Ethereum is a better buy against Bitcoin if you want to. Talking about speculation, you can see that just a few days ago, Bitcoin and Ethereum was about in terms of movement, it was same par, but recently Ethereum has went past. Okay, this is going to be explained later on. And of course, even though Federal Reserve say that they will not do anything changes, right, but the market implied Fed rate, right, is not seeing the same thing. And lots of all, the S&P 500 is at 3 times level of the ratio, so you guys may want to really check it out later. Right, all these will be shared during the second part of the MAO. All right, okay, let's continue. Now, look at this. Come on, guys. Tell me, in your opinion, in this cartoon, what do you interpret from this cartoon? I'm going to wait for you right now. Okay, this is obviously from this cartoon, right? I won't tell you who is who. Of course, you can guess who is these people involved, but can you tell me, from this cartoon itself, right, what do you interpret? Right, I'll wait for your answer. Okay, I give you guys 30 seconds. Right, while I get some water. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers. What you see? Okay, Anthony say cheap dollar. Okay, okay, cheap dollar. Okay. How about burning money for Wall Street? Okay, burning money for Wall Street. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay. Anything else, guys? Uncle Sam, low, tall to fat cat. Okay, okay. All right. This Philip says that one was Anthony, Ryan, and this Lester. Okay. Philip say US dollar depreciating. Okay. Yeah, indeed. Kowtow. Oh, Kowtow. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you, Lester. Chong Ming say they're gonna burn the market down soon. Okay. Christopher say Uncle Sam burning money for Wall Street to get high. Serious. Okay, and Richard say giving money for big boys to burn. Okay, all right. I think you all got the idea. I think quite good actually. Sacrificing the US dollar for Wall Street. Ah, yes, indeed. It's something that I think it's straight to the point a little bit. Okay. All right. Basically, it's all right. Many people will just see from a very simple point that, oh, okay, Uncle Sam take the dollar. You know, in the Hong Kong movie, you see that, right? They burn the dollar, burn the current Hong Kong dollar, and then lit the cigarette or cigar, sorry, in this case, for big boys. Okay, so it's just only a lighting up process. But if you look deeper, right, this is the US dollar, and obviously it's all right. It's burning. And it's by burning means the US dollar is going to be pushed down or depreciating. And that is to the benefit of the guys on Wall Street. And obviously with the size of this guy, I believe this is the big boys, right? So yes, indeed, it's all right. It seems very clearly that the Uncle Sam, obviously if you can recognize this is USA. So Uncle Sam, how we call it Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is basically taking money and burned to give it to Wall Street to enjoy, right? So this is really that it's a very clear part. So the dollar is going to depreciate further because what they're doing right now by printing more. And of course, it's going to benefit the boys because the boys are the one who will receive it at the first end, while the retailers at the bottom will only get the crumbs. So that is pretty clear that, right, this is what USA is doing. But of course, some people ask this question. If they keep on doing this itself, right, when will it end? And the question is, right, what will happen? I think you're asking the wrong question. The question is not about when will it end. The question should be like, why should it end? right? Because if everything is about I keep on printing and I'm still the powerhouse of the world, there's nothing to be worried about. That is what is happening right now in America. So you look at it from Alan Greenspan time all the way to today, Jerome Powell, they have never changed their strategy at all. It's just print and make the Americans, the Americans, right, the retailers suffer while the big boys just have their wealth explosively when go higher. And of course, when the wealth of the big boys go higher, right, obviously the country gets stronger in a way. So that is the reason why I can tell you this seriously. This is going to be not going to change much in the coming future. Yes, indeed, the US dollar will just keep on depreciating while the so-called the buying purchasing power, right, may not actually go in the same tandem. All right. So that is the start of the day to explain to you what Federal Reserve has done yesterday. I'll come back to this shortly. Right, before we start this morning, to go into details, let's start to do our motivational talk. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader. All right, I think this is from John Quincy Adams. I think this is a very, very good quote, and I really buy that. So end of the day is that as a leader, you need to inspire your people, right? In just like a football match or a volleyball game, or even in the army, you need to really inspire your people. And then the thing is this, you need to lead them to dream. Dream is important because that's your goal setting, right? You need to see yourself where you are later on. And of course, we need to learn from something, right? If obviously there's a strategy, there must be a process, there must be a way to do it, and you need to learn. And of course, something to learn, you have to do. But most important, you must lead. So that's why I am opening this to a lot of people, guys. I really want you guys to really think about this. This next 6 months, next 8 months, I'm very certain tell you that the stock market, I'm not too sure the direction, but for Bitcoin and gold, I repeat, Bitcoin and gold, the direction is pretty clear. Most likely, these two assets might be going up all the way. And if you really want to help your friends around you, not to be caught on the wrong side of the track, you can consider to tell them, say, look, join the TWB family. All right, these guys are genuine, right? They may not be the biggest in the market right now, but definitely we are the strongest in terms of support because we have good leadership from all the team leaders helping one another, from the all of you guys who actually, share, look at how Cynthia share her stuff with all of you, even though she went for the class yesterday, a day before, she write it down and then send. I think this is a very good sign of a good leadership or a good person. So all this thing tells you guys that we need to come together and strive for something, all right, as a family, all right? So I hope that this inspire you for this morning. And if you're in your own workplace and you're a leader, please think about this and become a good leader. All right. So this morning, disclaimer as usual. All right. Disclaimer as usual. Please read through this. All right. I give you 5 seconds now. If you're staying on, that means that you accepted the disclaimer and you will identify me from any future trading result, whether it's winning or losses, you're going to identify me. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Now, last night, Federal Reserve, what did they do? All right, very simple. Federal Reserve hold interest rate to near zero, expected. Okay, see faster growth and higher inflation, expected. They know the growth will be there. They know that will lead to inflation. They accepted that and they say no problem. And more important thing is that they say, okay, we are still going to buy $120 billion worth of bonds. So that means that the yields cannot go up already. Both bond and yields, they go in a different direction. All right, let me explain this to you one more time for people who asked me previously. When bond prices goes up, okay, the bond prices goes up, right? The yield will go down. The yield will go down. That's how it works, okay? So the problem is, even though there's inflation, but because the Federal Reserve keep on buying the bonds, right? Hence, therefore, the yield can't go up. So what you see is that the yield is still at lower end, but the inflation is going to go up. So inflation basically is what is happening, the cost, all right, that's going up, right? But because it's not able to reflect correctly because of this controlling by the Federal Reserve, right? So you won't see the yield going up. That's why some people asked me, Cal, yesterday about the one-time mean result, right? And you say that, but the yield is not going up. That means you're not correct. I say, no, you cannot compare this. The yield may not be going up because there's controlling factor there. But you look at the prices in the market, you will know the difference already. So that is what is happening now, what Federal Reserve is doing. So now for the bull guy, it's also bullish in the market. Do note, Federal Reserve is going to keep their easy money policy. It is. So which means that the stock market has the potential to go even higher. I repeat one more time. Because of this policy. They're going to stay on the easy money policy. So it's a very fair chance to say that, right, there will be a possibility for the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the S&P to trade higher. This one, you must take note of that. Okay, and this time round itself, right, it's quite interesting. It's unanimously decided to make no changes in its approach and gave no indication that things will change anytime soon. Wow, that means that all of them, the 13 of them, have said, okay, we are okay with that, and let's move on. So to me, is that compared to the last FOMC, they were a little bit like some camps were not very happy, but now it seems that they don't care really. So this is where I tell you guys, when these people, when they, when they really realize that, okay, maybe for the better good or the better or too evil, maybe just do what you need to do and just hope for the best. This is what actually is happening right now. And Jerome Powell added, right, there's still not and it's still not time to talk about reducing policy accommodation, including asset purchase. So that is something that I called for yesterday, but it didn't happen. That means that he didn't given a single hint of that. So I repeat, they give no hint. They have unanimously agreed, and they're going to continue buying the $120 billion bonds. Okay, so basically that was supposed to be a very good buy signal, right? It's supposed to be a very good buy signal. Right, but apparently itself, right, at that moment after he spoke, the stock market actually came off. Okay, so is it because sell on news? Well, it is possible, but it's quite interesting because, as I said to you guys, yes, the day before, we already see selling in Walmart, selling in this Coca-Cola. Apparently, already are all the mainstream stocks. So that is something that my question mark lies there. So in short itself, right, even though the inflation has risen and it's actually reflecting transitory factors apparently, all right, so overall still look okay, but the question is I still cannot understand why the stock came down, right? And of course, the vaccination also ongoing. Apparently, the daily cases came down significantly. I just checked the numbers. Indeed, the day-to-day in America has dropped quite a fair bit, reasonably been coming down. Still at a high side, but still better than last time. Okay, so the question will be, the Federal Reserve is unconcerned about inflation. They are not concerned for that. And it's going to let it run even more. So that's why I say this, guys. The US, if this is going to happen, right, the US dollar will likely depreciate further. And hence, therefore, right, this is going to push commodity price even higher. And that will lead to asset class like Bitcoin and gold to go higher. Get my point now, guys, about this? All right, so this is my take here. So let's say eventually the inflation go crazy and Federal Reserve come in, okay, let's do something here and reduce and stuff like that. But the stock market may not like it. And if the stock market goes down a bit fast, and what will happen? They will come back to you again and say, hey, look, you know what? The stock market cannot come down like this perpetually. So they're going to pump in more money again. And then what happened? The US dollar will depreciate even worse level. And then what will happen to commodities and gold price? It will rocket all the way up. So you see my point. To me itself, right, no matter how I see this right now, right, I still believe that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and gold and the second half of the year will probably go higher unless they pull back on the US dollar. Right. I don't think how they're going to do that. I don't think so. But in case if that happens, then watch out for that. Okay, guys, if you understand what I just said about this, what my view the next 6 to 8 months, right, can you key the word gold, G-O-L-D? If you actually understand me, key the word G-O-L-D. Okay, right, Michael. Okay, you guys, once you understand what I'm trying to say, just key the word gold, and then then that means that you understand what I try to explain right here. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. All right. Now, in the afternoon session, right, I'll talk about SEC delay decision on approving Bitcoin ETF. Okay, I'll talk about that later on. I think it's very important. If you're into cryptocurrency trading, right, you should watch this. In fact, by delaying is a good news. Why? By delay means, all right, we have more time to get ourselves ready. Okay, and also, you saw, right, the Dogecoin. All right, apparently, right, it went up again because, again, Elon Musk and Mark Cuban came in and then called for buy and usual. I mean, these guys are these are the big bills. Okay, they are really doing it. So later on in the afternoon session at 2 p.m., right, we'll talk about this too, right? So you guys, if you think these two caption caught your attention, maybe I'll see you later on at 2 p.m. Okay, all right. Now do note that in the afternoon session, right, the streaming will be on Trade with the Boys Facebook page. Okay, the direct main page, right? Okay, different, huh? Okay, thanks. So we have Facebook coming out their earnings, and it was pretty good, exciting numbers. Apple was good. They're going to do a 90 billion buyback and stuff like that. So everything looks good already on this side, but the stock market came down. Okay, question mark. So now the thing is, this Amazon will be out today, and of course we have MasterCard, Gilead, and maybe Merck. All right, so basically that is what, but last one will be Alibaba. Alibaba will be quite interesting though, okay, on coming Friday. Okay, let's look at the US stock market right now. Last night, it was again pretty sideways. Apparently, the first 3 hours or 5 hours of the Dow Jones recently have been so sideways until that, it's just a waste of time to even see the market. Yeah, it's only, of course, we know it's FOMC, so we understand that. It's at 2 a.m., the stock market went higher and we went to the daily high. Then after that, before you know, the Jerome Powell says that, you know what, but still some of the stock may be a little bit high at the moment. That's why the stock came off a little bit. Now, Jerome Powell did say that. It just in a couple of sentences and say that, okay, stock market is a bit been the equity market is a little bit overdone, but it's still all right, without a few, and that's why the equity market came off. Okay, so that is what exactly happened and ended off a flat day for the day itself. S&P 500 closes flat after Federal Reserve keep rates near zero. Dow falls 160 points. Okay, let's look through what happened. All right, so as I said, it basically keep its easy money policy and rate cap zero. And the vaccination and the strong policy is a good support there. And Jerome Powell says that, that it will take some time before Federal Reserve hit their objective, right? So that means that they're going to keep on pumping money as long as they should or can, right? Because there's no worry for time right now. Okay, and of course, that is the reason why the stock market came off a little bit, because Jerome Powell said that some asset prices may be high and there'll be some frothiness in the equity market. All right, so basically meaning that there could be a time whereby maybe you just need to be careful. So overall itself, right, is telling you that, you know what, we will still pump in money. The floodgate is still there. No need to worry about that. Then if you want to buy, go ahead. But of course, just be careful. Okay, for the big boys, if you want to buy, go ahead. If you want to take advantage of me, still can go ahead. Okay, that's how I summarize this in my opinion. All right, for what Federal Reserve has said yesterday and how the market reacted last night. Okay, so that is where I need you guys to be very careful. I'll show you a little trick later on about what I meant about this. How do we read the Federal Reserve? Okay, I'll show you later on. Okay, so now this morning, news why the Dow Jones came off, right, despite, I suppose, Jerome Powell made some warning. Okay, Microsoft shares actually came off while Alphabet stalls. We saw that yesterday. Then Qualcomm flash buy signal, while this, the rest itself just shows that the market is okay. Now, Tesla yesterday say it tested support. I don't know where this came from, but you look at my chart right now. Let me show you right now. Okay, the Dow is trading higher. Now today, Dow is above OP and above pivot 1. So that means the market is generally supposed to go higher today, in general. Now, last night, Tesla, you can see the moment it opens, initially it recovers. By end of the day, it went down and closed just marginally above my pivot 1. You see that? Incredible, right? You see that? So in the day chart, right, you can see I told you guys there will be some support about 684 level. And apparently, likely, it should be able to test there. And of course, you can see the KSI all the way were red color. So that's why the market, even though it went up recently, once there's any sign of weakness, the market came off, right? So that's why I say KSI is very good to use, but you need to wait for your time. But it's basically, right, you see KSI is red and the price has to show weakness, normally the selling will come in, all right? So it's vice versa. When the market is down, but the KSI is green in color, any time there's strength in the market, you can see that the market really goes up. So that is how you actually apply KSI and the another level to know that, to have this a prelude of what may happen in the market. Okay, so got clear? That is what we are to share with you on this Tesla. So I don't know what our support are we looking at, but I still don't think that the market itself, right, is a good time to buy Tesla. All right, so let's just do a quick review of what happened yesterday, a quick review. So yesterday, the opening price of the Dow Jones was slightly above the pivot 1 level. It was an inverse pivot, okay? It was an inverse pivot. So what happened is that you still treat pivot 1 as pivot 2. And when the market broke below the pivot 1, it was a sell, right? It was a sell. And I did tell you guys there's this very powerful number that when you watch, and that's 33,810, remember? this very powerful number that I told you to be careful. And indeed, the Dow Jones really closed there and stopped there perfectly. Oh my God. I mean, seriously, it's a number that I told you, if the Dow come down, it will come down to 33,810. And indeed, it really happened. Really, it really happened and stopped there. This is quite incredible. When you have a technique and you can be so upfront with it, right? This tells you that this system really, really works. Okay, so let's look at the intraday to see the incredible movement there. So of course, the first part of the day, the market keep on going sideways because the FOMC, right? So the first movement came during a cash market open where the market came down, traded below opening price and traded below the pivot one. And then after that, what happened? The market came down all the way, okay, came down all the way. And of course, triggering the 33,810 level. And once it reached there, the market rebounded. Came down again, hit the 33,810, rebounded again. Can you see that? Now it's also higher, right? So that's why this tells you that this 33,810, this TSCB level is really powerful. We only release TSCB to PTP students. So that's why if you think that this TSCB is very powerful and you can see the value of this, then of course joining PTP makes a lot of sense. And by the way, where about 7 people have already registered for the PTP, I can only accommodate about 9 to 10 people for PTP. So that means left about 3 more seats, right? All right. Yesterday I haven't write to you guys what is the what we learned in PTP. Later I'll do that. But do note, right, I have limited seats for PTP. So hopefully by these 2 days, quickly sign up and get it done, because that is where by 8, 9, 10 of this May, I will be doing this PTP program. All right, it's a Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday. Monday is half day. All right, Saturday, Sunday is full day. Okay, Monday is afternoon. Full afternoon part is a full afternoon session. Okay, guys. Okay, thanks. Okay, so that is what happened yesterday. So now we are done with this. Let's look at today's technical market. All right, let's do it. Okay, now we have the Dow Jones climbing up from yesterday's selling, and you can see the MA30 is so close to the current level right now. For the MA30 for today, we are now so near. All right, we are now at this point of 33,740. All right, can you see that on the conventional chart? This is a very near TA point, right? So I'm going to say this up front. If the Dow Jones do pull back down back to 33,740, short sellers who are shorting, you may want to consider to buy back some position. Don't need to buy all, but buy back some. And then after that itself, right, watch the market. If the market starts to recover and go up, right, there is a possibility to see the Dow Jones going back to all-time high level once again. But if the Dow Jones really have some other thoughts and goes below the MA30, the first theoretically support level for the trend line that I draw is 33,500. 33,500. Okay, watch out for that, 33,500. Now, only when the Dow Jones really breach below 33,500, then there is a possibility for the Dow Jones to come down to the 5% mark if this is going to be the all-time high level. Now, this is the all-time high level back then at 34,258, right? So if the market do come down, the 5% mark is 32,545. Okay, so I'm gonna read out numbers for you once again. All right, if the Dow Jones can stay above the MA30, which is at this 33,740 for today, the Dow may be going up and cross and make the new all-time high. But if the Dow breaks below the 33,740 mark, then the first support based on trend line drawing is about 33,500 level. If the market can't hold 33,500, then the next level the Dow could be going down is a 1,000 point difference. All right, it's about 32,545 level. Okay, guys. So is this clear for you? If it's clear for you, can you key the word Dow, D-O-W? All right, if you think that you understand exactly what I say about the Dow Jones, please key the word Dow, D-O-W, into the Facebook group chat so that at least I can see you guys are actually hearing me, right? Because these numbers are very critical, and I suspect that it will all be triggered one way or another, you know, if the market do really hit those points, meaning that if the market really goes to this point, right, these numbers will be triggered. So these will be good numbers for you guys to watch out. You can actually use it for your TP, can use it for your support, can use it for your selling, you know, up to you. You can use it all accordingly, all right? Thank you guys for contributing. Appreciate that. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the Dow weekly chart. All right, Dow weekly chart doesn't look that good, right? It's the body length is a bit longer than the last week one, but now it's actually recovering a little bit. So let's see how it goes by end of the day. All right, be careful on that. Okay, so with that, we look at the Dow today's. Okay, today's Dow I mentioned to you. Okay, it's inverse pivot again. No wonder. Oh, I apologize. It's not a classic trade. I apologize just now because I didn't know that this is an inverse pivot again. Let me just double check again. Now to double check whether this is inverse pivot or not, right? You just have to do this, change the time frame, come back again. Okay, confirm this is an inverse pivot. Now, seriously, I have not seen an inverse pivot so many times in the straight row. Really, I have not really remembered I've seen so many times. So that means that, right, seriously, in my opinion, there should be very, very, very big movement coming soon. I cannot really emphasize enough on this, but I can tell you that the range will not be small. So which means that at the moment now, the range is about 700 points. So you can either see a 700 points up or 700 points down. All right, so traders, be very, very careful on that. Okay, if you want to look at it, it's for 500 points. Okay, so my point is simple. For today, as long as the market stays above OP, the market will be going up. Okay, so watch out for the Dow. The KSI is green in color, so likely the Dow should be going up. But if any time the Dow Jones go below P1, that is 33,805, right, then you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. Now, by the way, my TSCB 33,810 is still there. It's being blocked by the pivot 1, but it's still there. All right. So this level will be most critical. So if the Dow Jones breach below 33,810 and breach the pivot 1, 33,808, right, that means there'll be some selling. The first support should be here, 33,683 or 85 level off there. Okay, guys, this is very important. Please take note of that. This is the Dow from my Dow view for today. All right, after the conventional. Okay, so that is the Dow. Okay, Hang Seng will open in about 10 minutes time, so you still have time to move on first. NASDAQ, okay, NASDAQ continued to recover. It was down initially, but then again, all the tech shares came in, all the top 4 came in the buy up. So for today, the MLP, you can see is somewhere around here. That's about 13,980 level. And the MA30 is still moving up. So that's why for me now, I don't think there's any danger for the NASDAQ unless it comes down and break the MA30. All right, for NASDAQ, looks all good. Okay, so nothing much to worry about. All right, for time being, 95% mark is 13,371. I don't think that will hit for now. So let's just wait for a while first. Okay. So NASDAQ today's day chart, well, but today NASDAQ day chart is above pivot 1, right? So that's why above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY is a buy. So it's possible that NASDAQ may go for all-time high level. All right, take note of that, okay? Okay, so that is the NASDAQ. How about the S&P 500? S&P 500 is now very near to the all-time high. The all-time high is 4202.28, and now the S&P has just created a new all-time high of 42,031. Okay, so we have an all-time high once again. All right, so the S&P now, you can see that they just keep on climbing up because as long as the Dow and the NASDAQ is moving higher, right, these two going to push up the index. And we also seen that, right, even the Dow and the NASDAQ is coming down, right, the S&P is still going up itself because they're talking about the blue chips counter. So it seems to be someone is just really the last few days have been buying S&P non-stop. Question is this, they buy so much, right, but S&P upside is not as crazy or as much as it is. So I'm going to express my very concern here is that S&P really cannot break the MA30. Okay, I repeat myself. The market S&P 500 cannot come down here or broke the MA30 support level. This is very critical. If any day the market break that level, right, there is a possibility of further selling in the market. We saw that before. When the market is so stabilized on that level, right, when the market fail and come down, right, the market will sell. So the last few incidents, we saw it before already, right? So we don't want you guys to be caught on the wrong side. Okay, so take note of that. That is the S&P 500. Now, Hang Seng for today. Well, Hang Seng likely today will have a bit of both side view. Likely will gap up a bit, likely, right? Because of the the NASDAQ movement. Even it gaps down later on, right? Maybe the market will likely be going up again, because you can see the way it closed, it was above the MA30 yesterday, and the MLP is somewhere here. And we now see the Dow Jones is recovering a little bit. So I suspect that the Hang Seng, even it gaps down later on, it may be going up. Okay, so that is the Hang Seng. But if you look carefully in Hang Seng chart, right, this guy have been quite, resisted recently in a triangular formation. So that means that, right, we're going to see an outbreak soon, either in this fashion or in this fashion. So that should be a decisive movement in the near future. So traders, you may want to watch out for Hang Seng. All right, it should be a decisive movement very soon. All right, very soon on this. All right, guys. Okay, so that is Hang Seng. So let's look at the China A50. Yes, China A50 is now trading higher. So which means that Hang Seng today, later on, will be trading higher also. All right. So you can see that I don't look at China A50 first. I look at the Hong Kong share, the chart first. Then I look at the China A50. So that is how I do things. I don't want you to be like misled or misguided by that, right? You see that? Okay, yeah. So that's very, very important sharing. Okay, so with China A50, there is a possibility for China A50 to touch the MA200. All right, you can see yesterday China A50 did show a very strong rebound. It was down below MA30, right? And then it was a very strong rebound. You can see that, right? The market goes above it. So there is a possibility that the market will be going higher today, unless the market break below the MA30 for the market right now. So traders, please be standby for this. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side. Okay. Just give me a short moment, guys, just to type something to a friend of mine. Okay, done. Okay, so that is the view. How about DAX? DAX, well, it's very interesting. Yesterday, DAX did a reversal movement there. That's not very healthy. So for DAX, right, today, because now the US market is higher, I suspect DAX will push up again. But if, let's say, DAX today have a second day of upside, a second day of reversal like this, right, then must be a bit careful already. All right, DAX do show me a little bit of exhaustion right now. DAX does show me a bit of exhaustion. So for traders, you just have to take note of the MA30 that is here, and that is 15,170 area. So as long as DAX doesn't break below 115,170, right, DAX should be okay. Right, DAX should be okay. Just that you do see a bit of fatigue at the moment right now, and you can see the RSI is also showing you signs of fatigue at this very moment. Okay. All right, that is all we have for this index side. All have covered. All right, let's just take a look right now for the timing wise. It's still a bit early. So if that's early, we're going to go into gold first. Okay, we do gold first. Now, gold last night was pretty flat under the end. When after that, when the stock market, cash market open, right, seemingly someone knows something in the market. There was some buying. And of course, when the Federal Reserve came out with their statement, right, immediately the dollar came off. Let me show you the dollar right now. Okay, hold on. Now, the dollar was stabilizing yesterday, right, as we mentioned, but after that, when FOMC meeting is over, or during a period of time, straight away, we see selling across, right, so from 91 to 90.50. So it means that there could be a lot of printing in the market. That's the reason why the US dollar immediately reacted. So the US dollar come off, so what happened to gold price? Gold went up, so that was pretty clear. All right, how about the yields? Let's take a look on the yield side first. Let's take a quick one. Well, the yields are quite unscathed actually yesterday. It was like pretty flat. Let me just bring it to you. The last 5 days range was today one. It's not ready yet. Right, you can see that once the news came out, right, the yield actually came off from the high of 164 down to 161. Not a lot, but that is the reaction by that. So because of all this itself, right, that actually motivated the commodity prices to go higher, especially like gold. That's why gold actually went up in this fashion when the news came out. All right, so that's why today we are a little bit more to buy on gold side today. Okay, all right, continue. So now the gold and silver price get bullish Q from dovish Federal. Indeed, it is a bullish Q. So US dollar will weaken and therefore the gold price will be going higher. Okay, this one is pretty clear. All right, gold, this one is yesterday's one, don't bother. This is today's one. This is all the yesterday's one. Okay, so it's the latest one is this guy here. All right. So when you read the news, do check the time of the news so that you can know whether how new or how latest it is. Okay, so for gold right now, we still got some time. You do a bit of gold first. Okay, to recap on gold. So gold yesterday, the opening price was just marginally above pivot 2, right? So below pivot 2 is a sell. But you know that the KSI is green in color. I say this many times, right? KSI is green in color. So what should we do, guys? If KSI is green in color, all right, can we buy a KTR -1 to -3? All right. And you see CCRY, we look for buy. Do you agree with me with that? If you agree that, correct. Cal has said before, right? That if the market goes below P2, but the KSI is green, we can short first. But when it go to KTR -1 to -3, you see CCRY, we can buy. If I did say this before many times, please key the word KTR. All right, if you can, let's key the word KTR. All right, very important because I've been saying this many times, and I say this so many times until I lost count of it. So I did tell you guys that even though the market break below OP and pivot 2, you can sell gold, you can sell the market. But once you see KTR is at the bottom and it's green in color. When you see KTR -1 to -3, you can look for buy. I think this morning Cynthia has also repeated this, right, to some of you on the Go group chat. Right, indeed. Thank you guys for contributing your KTRs into the group chat. But that is very important because let's take a look what happened. Let's take a look. Look at it, my friends. Look at it, okay? The market really listened to what we have said. Right, the market first rebound, you can see as KTR -1, immediately rebound. Then the second wave was here, and the third wave was here. Okay, can you see that? So every time the market did come down below OP, below pivot 2, you sell gold, nothing wrong. I repeat, when you sell gold yesterday, below pivot 2, you sell gold, you are absolutely fine. If you sell gold, no wrong. You can see that the price came down. But once the market finds CCRY and it happens at the KTRs, you can see instantly the market also reacted in this fashion. So that's why, guys, when you have conflicting signal in a way, okay, you can actually look at this and trade according to plan. Okay, and trade according to plan. All right, you can either sell first, then once hit KTR level, look out for buy. And yesterday this buy was very beautiful. It was a BMB. Can you see that? It's a BMB followed by a color change. That's why the market goes up all the way. And I tell you this, when you see BMB in the market, right, you really need to be there watching the screen, right? This is very important, very, very important. And of course, you can see very clearly there was a KSI jump right here. And after that, no blue bars throughout, right? Meaning the market is very, very strong. Okay, market is very strong. All right, cool. All right, time check now is 9:14 already, so I can go down to my Hang Seng pretty soon. Hang Seng gonna open up, right? I told you guys slightly Hang Seng will gap up this morning. All right, so let's just stand by for our Hang Seng. NASDAQ is up now above the opening price and pivot 1. So today it's quite bullish for time being. All right, Hang Seng is gonna open up in a short moment. Likely Hang Seng will go open up about 29,130 plus, I suspect. Even if it gaps down because of the Dow Jones, right, it will totally push up again very fast. Okay, let's see the Hang Seng in about 15 seconds time. Here we go. Wow, Hang Seng gap up. Yesterday closed at 29,056. Now it's gap up and it's already shooting past the pivot 1 already. See, you can see that all these are able to, from the market, from the chart itself, right, you can actually get to forecast the possible direction of the market. And this is really very clear. Okay, so now we have some resistance on the pivot 1 right now for the Hang Seng, but because the KSI is green in color, right, the thing is this, unlikely there will be some form of resistance. I think you just go through it. All right, so that's why for traders you can see that, right, you really need to know your thing very well. All right, so Hang Seng is a gap up right now and it's still pushing up. Okay, let me just go to the 5-minute chart. We see clearer. See, Hang Seng has gap up, push up, and now it's actually trading above pivot 1 level. Right, so traders, for today KSI is green in color. It's a day chart, right? Likely Hang Seng will push up, and you can see now the Dow is also moving higher. So overall, expect the market is moving higher. Hence, therefore, right, traders, if you want to short Hang Seng, I will tell you not to do that today, lah. Yeah, unless there's a very critical changeover at the pivot 1 level, meaning that it's a BNB with a color change at pivot 1, then you do that. Okay, guys, you don't always look to short the market every single day. You must follow the rules. Okay, if the rules doesn't give you the go ahead, right, today you just go slow. Okay, guys, I hope you get my cue. All right, because I don't want you guys to get caught for the wrong reason. Okay, cool. All right, that's very, very important. All right, so let's just take a look at the Hang Seng day chart once again. So Hang Seng day chart itself, right, the next resistance can be quite far away. The next KCB is like, wow, all the way to 29,500 series. So it's going to be quite a movement here if the Dow, if Hang Seng goes up. All right, the only thing that can bring the Hang Seng down, honestly, is only the China A50. Unless China A50 today upside is just only a fake one, and just a push up and then pull back down, then the Hang Seng will pull. If not itself, right, you're going to watch. So watch the China A50. Unless the China A50 break below the opening price, then maybe, only maybe, the Hang Seng will pull back down a bit. Okay, guys? Hopefully you understand this. Very, very important. Okay. So let's look at gold right now. Yes, we're done gold recap. Let's look at gold today. Now, gold today looks pretty positive with the dollar. Now you know that the dollar is actually strengthening. Weakening, sorry. The dollar weakening, right? The gold should be going higher. Gold should be going higher. Now, first of all, today is above MLP, right? So that's a very first indication of further upside. Number two, I said yesterday, gold purposely came down to 23.6% and then rebounded strongly. So that is another reason why I today call for buy in gold, because the market went down and reversed course. This is a very strong thing. And of course, the market now is above MA30. So that's another bullish signal for that. And of course, you can see this trend line that I draw, right? The channel downwards. Yesterday, this pin bridges it and then rebounded. This tells me that, right, there is some form of buying in gold. So all I can tell you is from today's chart view, looks like gold will be going higher today. So how high can gold go, right? It all depends, on the momentum of the, you look at the TWB chart later on. But I think the first level for us to take a look for KCB, that will be approximately about 1793 level. Yeah, that's somewhere around there. Okay, hold on, let me just write it down. About 1793 level. Okay, that is one level to watch out for. Okay, around there. All right, that's the first level to watch out for. So currently now the gold is at 1786. So as long as gold stay above OP today, looks good, right, for further upside. That's the first thing that I'm looking at for today. Weekly chart wise is beautiful. Can you see that? The weekly chart is very beautiful. The weekly chart shows that, right, the market touches the 50% mark this week and then rebounded very strongly here. So this tells you that, right, gold likely will be trading higher this week. And now gold is trading at 1787 already. So that's why I suspect that gold will be going higher. Okay, gold should be going higher later. All right, you heard me say this several times already, right? So I hope you get the cue. Okay. All right, silver has also exploded upwards. It have crossed my trend line and then it have got its support from the uptrend and the downtrend line. So silver should be going higher today also. Likely we'll test the resistance at about $26.53, about 10 more cents up, around there. Okay, so silver also should be going up for time being. So let's look at today's gold chart right now for gold. For today, for gold day chart is pretty clean. It's a CCRY. It's a CCRY. So which means that based on the normal conventional day chart, it's a buy already. CCRY is a buy. Okay. And the other thing is that, right? The other thing is is above the cage. Yesterday's closing was above the cage RL. So normally, right, when the market closed above the cage RL, usually we will see the next day the market will go up some more. So it's already happening. And KSI is green and no blue bars at the bottom. So again, this looks very positive on the buying side for gold. And KCB, yes, I was saying at 1793, right? So that one's strong. The KCB should be here at 1805. 1805. Wow, that's a lot. So now the gold is trading at 1787 and the target is 1805 for the long term. So that is about another, wow, $20 from here. Now, I'm not going to say that it will go there, but based on mathematics and chart point, there is a possibility for gold to hit 1805. So traders, if you want to jump in the bandwagon, I seriously want you to make sure that you do your homework by making sure your risk management is well controlled. You know exactly how much you're going to play for, and you know that if you lose, how much will you be losing, and you're able to accept all this. Only when you're able to accept all the above, then we talk about trading, okay? This is going to be very, very important. So please make sure that you don't jump in blindly or without knowing your downside risk, and then after that you get yourself caught and you get yourself into trouble. And the next thing you tell me is like, KL, this and that. Okay, this is going to be very terrible, right? I really don't wish to that happen. So I'd rather you guys to play safe, okay? Kindly play safe and take care of that, all right? So can I ask how many of you have bought gold already? How many of you have bought gold this morning? Can you key the word bought gold? All right, if you have bought, all right, can you just key the word bought gold? All right, if you have bought gold this morning, let me know. Let me see how many of you have bought gold this morning. Well, Kelza, you always you are gold bug, right? So you bought the physical gold already. Okay, fine. Eugene bought gold. Brian bought gold. Anthony bought gold. Carl also bought gold. Very good, Carl. All right. Okay. And Philip bought gold. Hoseng bought gold. Very good. Okay, guys. So good to see that you guys are all doing the right thing at the right time. Fantastic. Okay, very good. Excellent. Hoseng bought gold too. Wow, fantastic, Hoseng. Carl Kwa. All right, excellent, guys. Okay, guys. Now, the thing is this, please don't just think that, oh, Cal say 1850 will go there. I mean, this is basically from the looks at it, it looks that potentially will go there. But then again, please make sure you do your risk assessment, okay? Don't just jump in like that, okay? So let's look at the gold right now in terms of the 15-minute chart. Okay, you can see that. This morning, we have a single rate, and after that, the price goes up. Now, it crossed my M15 TSCB. And incredibly, there you can see that now it got supported at the TSCB level and it's marching. So likely gold will hit this point first, KTR plus 1. KTR plus 1 is at 17. Oh, good number. 1788.68. Wow, good number. Okay, again, KTR is not created by me. I mean, as in not created, as in I wrote it down and put it for you. It's created by an algorithm that I wrote. So today's number is such a beautiful number, 1788.68, or all the what number inside there. 一起嘛，发发嘛, what together, happy, together prosperity, and 6 what, right, means keep on whatting. Wow, this is a great number, 1788.68. Okay, all right, so my suggestion is this, guys. If you can, later on, if you don't mind, by the time you reach this point here, take some partial profit, okay? Then after that, put a SWL. Then after that, you can just don't care already. You know my point? Because today is above OP and it's a classic trade, right? So that's why usually there will be a few more rounds to go if the market still stay upwards. So my personal take is this: later hit 1788.68, take some partial gold first if you are bought earlier. Then after that, put SWL, meaning if you buy somewhere around here, example, you put a SWL above your entry price. So if the market pull back, you won't lose money. If the market continue to rise, you're going to make money all the way to even 1805. Clear? Okay. All right, good. I give a very specific level for you to do. I tell you exactly what to look out for. I really hope that you guys don't misread me, okay? I really don't want later on you say, oh, Kel asked us to buy gold. Oh my God, I know Finn. Okay, thanks. Okay, that is gold. And that is the gold direction. All right. I think that's all. Okay, that's it. Oh, crude oil. Yes, crude oil. Now, crude oil is still firming ground. And of course, when the gold goes up, commodity prices go up, dollar devalue, right? So commodity like gold, crude oil will go higher. So crude oil is now has broke my trend line and it looks good to go higher. That means that crude oil will also be the one of the factor to push. Usually when crude oil is up, right, the Dow Jones also be going up. So that is the reason why I say overall now for time being, the market seems to be favoring the upside for time being, okay? Okay, guys, that will be all for the part 1 segment. Part 1 is over already. We are going to part 2 right now, the alternate market views. So if you think that you have enough for today's sharing, you can actually exit right now. For those who want to listen to my second part of the alternate market views, please kindly stay on. I'll come back in 10 seconds time. All right. If you want to leave, kindly leave right now. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm back again. Okay, now we're going to continue the alternate market view. So obviously it's on the negative side, or at least a bearish side for the market. Okay, so let's continue. Quick one. Now the dollar index, you can see that, right? This is a Bloomberg dollar index, has continued to go down after the Federal Reserve have given the call, right? So apparently it's not a time yet to think about tapering. That was a words that Federal Reserve Jerome Powell have mentioned. It's a simple confirmation that everybody knew, and that sent the dollar lower and yield lower, stock higher, gold higher, and crypto higher. So the dollar has made the biggest headline, dumping to the 2 months low already. You can see that it's 2 month low already, right? You can see. So the question is this: if the dollar is at 2 month low, okay, and gold price is all now coming up, right? The question is this: what if later on, if the dollar do recover, right, what will happen again? So that is whereby, as what I will say, when time to do something, we just follow through first. Well, we keep on doing it until a point whereby if the market do want to stage a rebound, maybe at this dollar index at 1120, then maybe we can start to reduce our position in gold and see again from that point. All right. So that's why now for time being, gold should be going higher because of the lowering dollar. All right. Now, I told you before, that's not right. The Ethereum has now leapfrogged over Platiniur. All right. Platiniur was actually at 33 place for the what they call market cap for asset class. And so apparently it's now Ethereum has leaped above the Platiniur, right? That means Platiniur now total market share is smaller than Ethereum based on current price right now. Okay. So this is very cool to tell you that, right, crypto is here to stay. All right. And of course, you can see Ethereum and BTC chart itself, right, very clearly, right? It has superseded and now moving much better and faster than Bitcoin. It was actually the so-called the one behind Bitcoin, right, most of the time, but now it's leading Bitcoin in terms of movement. But very interestingly, right, despite the Federal Reserve is dovish, right, but the Federal Reserve Fed fund rate, right, is not showing the same thing. The Fed fund, in fact, is the internal houses, the traders are looking at that. The market is looking towards hawkish. All right, hawkish means that the market wants they want to reduce all the easy money policy. So it's very interesting. They're looking at a movement by end of year 2022. All right, it's very far different because Federal Reserve say that the first rate hike will be in 2024. So we're talking about the market versus the Federal Reserve. So let's see further on this. This is quite interesting. And of course, the last one will be this one. This is the S&P price to sales ratio. Now you can see that means that now we are at 3 times level, 3.129. Wow. So what does it mean? That means that right now S&P 500 now you're buying at 3 times higher than the current valuation. So you're buying way into the future. So anytime you buy stocks in general speaking, right, you're buying at a very high price or above premium, or we consider it as above valuation. So traders, although this have been mentioned back then at 3.0, now it's 3.1298, so it's a bit higher again. But I just want to tell you to be careful, be very careful, because this degree of angle, you can see that this angle, when it go up by more than 35 degrees, usually it doesn't end well. Anything when the stock go up by 35 degrees or more, be very careful. But of course, with Federal Reserve pumping the money in the market, right, it's understandable why the market is going up. So that's why I say this Federal Reserve, by doing this, it actually opened the floodgate to people to buy, right? Because the Uncle Sam is going to support. But also, if the boys want to take this opportunity to take profit, right, they also can sell easily because there's so much buying in the market. So that's why overall, I will say this, guys, we can still long in the equity market, but go slow because we are already at a very high level. Go slow for gold and cryptocurrency, right? At the moment now, it seems to be pretty safe. Okay. All right. Hope you'll enjoy this. This will be the end of today's MAO. All right. This morning MAO. So have a great day. I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you. See you again. Cheers.